Everyone, Akash here. Why do I think personally buying a Toyota Prius is probably the best economical car I ever bought? I own few cars myself. I have a Corvette, I have a BMW. I'm making the video right now. But if you're thinking right now to buy a car and you're thinking what would be the low maintenance car I could buy at this moment, and also you could save money every month, not only that, and something if you, especially if you live in the city, like I live in New York. So I have a Corvette, it's a V8 car, or 7 Series BMW's V8 car. I really wanted, like 2 years back, I really wanted something to have, like, driving daily in so much crazy traffic in New York, I go through every day. So I wanted to get something that reliable, low maintenance car. And buying the Toyota Prius, before I was buying that car, I was thinking it's a hybrid car. Should I buy a hybrid car? Because the hybrid battery could be very expensive or something. So if you're thinking that way right now, that to buy a car, and I think you should consider buying a Toyota Prius. I'm spending about $120 a month for that car. So that car, the Toyota Prius I have, is 2015 car. I bought it in 2018. So that car was 3 years old. Only around 70,000 miles was in it. So if that car, the hybrid system, the most of the people that I check review online and everything, 200, 250,000, even 300,000 miles, those Toyota Prius, people personally drive those cars. Nothing happened to the battery system. Highly unlikely anybody says something wrong with the battery system. So those car, if you're thinking that you don't want to buy a hybrid car because of the battery, they make much better batteries now than ever before. And you don't have to, if the car is 75,000 miles, you don't have to worry about the battery at all. The reason I choose the Toyota Prius, 2015, I bought it in 2018. I paid around $11,000 and I bought it cash. So what happened now, I spent only $120 a month. I paid about $100 for the insurance for that car, and I spent around $20 on gas on that car because I get 50 miles per gallon and I don't drive that much. I drive about 25 miles a day. I'm going to work, coming back. So that's 25 miles. So 5 days a week, weekend I drive BMW or Corvette. So for me, if you get a Metro card in New York, if you get a monthly pass Metro card, it costs you around $120. So having a Prius for me is like having a Metro card to going on the bus. So that's cheap to having that car. Again, if you're in a tight budget right now, and even if it's gonna be your second car, if you're thinking to buy, consider, because the Toyota Prius, the 2015 I have, you could get a newer version. Depending, you could just get 3 years old. Reason I say get the 3 years old, so the brand new car, when you buy, the depreciate value pretty fast, right? So if you get 3 years old car, you're already getting a good deal. And plus, if you buy it cash, so you don't have no monthly payment anymore, and you could just get a liability insurance on that. So that could be a lot cheaper, because if you're gonna get a brand new, then you gotta finance it, you gotta get a full coverage insurance. That's gonna cost you a lot more money. So this is why I'm saying just get like 3 years old. Maybe 75,000 miles for the Toyota Prius is nothing, because most of the time, if you're city driving, less likely, because is in the engine much. Most of the time is driving in battery because in traffic and everything. So it's not putting that much pressure on the engine. So less likely something gonna break down. So last 2 years, I bought it in 2018, the Toyota Prius. So I drove it for 2 years. Only thing I did is just change oil change. This 4-cylinder car, oil change is cheap. $30-40, you could just do oil change, and the braking system is good. I didn't have to change any brake driving it for 2 years. And the Toyota Prius, the braking system, they accumulate some kind of energy when you press the brake because of the hybrid system. So you're not using that much, unless you're really pressing the brake hard. Otherwise, you're not using the brake that much. So that's why a lot of people, even I talked to, they even drove that Toyota Prius for 100,000 miles to change the brake. So changing brakes. And the Toyota Prius, they have electric power steering, so it doesn't have like regular power steering that you have to put oil, and the power steering thing, if the car get old, they're leaking or all those things, you don't have to, none of those expense you have. Also, it doesn't have any belt or any pulley or anything, so you don't have to worry about changing belts or anything. So a lot less things in this car. That's why it's so low maintenance. And even the tires for the Toyota Prius, the 2015 I have, again, you could get the newer version. Now it's 2020 now, so you could get a newer version 3 years old. Even the 2015 one, I see they're selling the tires for those cars in Walmart for $37 each. So think about how low is your maintenance is for those cars, Toyota Prius. So if you're thinking about considering a second car, or if you're thinking about you want a tight budget, you wanted to really save money, and my Toyota Prius costing me more, I think less than if I just take the bus in the winter in New York, and waiting for a bus or anything. So definitely that was the best deal I got. And I don't work for any dealers or anything. I don't work for Toyota, company or anything. It's just my personal experience. I just think, like, should I drive my Corvette today or should I drive my BMW today? Then I think about the traffic. Oh, I'd rather drive the Toyota Prius because that car is better, way better in a traffic situation. Honestly, if you had an open road, definitely if you're driving a BMW Comfort in an open road, no traffic, of course it's good, or Corvette. But if you're thinking about a car that it really could save you money, unless you have money, you wanted to buy a Tesla or you wanted to buy those cars, that's different. If you have a garage to put it, you really wanted a car and you don't want it month after month, you don't want to pay too much money for it, then I think the Toyota Prius you should consider. It's a perfect little car. It's not even a little car. The hatchback for the Toyota Prius, that you could put like 3 big luggage in the trunk. I think it has the same space like the 7 Series BMW or more. So you could even put the seat down in the back seat on the Toyota Prius, and you could even put furniture in there or anything. So no, it's not. It's gonna do the job for you, and it's so little expense. Hope this video was helpful to you. You could check out my channel. There's many great video you'll find that you could save money, not only on car, many other different things. So consider subscribe to my channel. Take care.